Hello and welcome to State Trial 2 2021. This is my first competition back after COVID. So there you go guys, a really simple vault. And yeah, I guess that's kind of a good summary of where I am at the moment. So I was working on a lot of new skills as much as I could throughout the COVID period. Obviously training was interrupted and the gym closed for I think about 2 or 3 months. And then since then I've just been training new skills, and as it came around to the competition season and we realized comps were going to be back on, I hadn't really been working on routines, so I sort of went back to what I was doing in my routines last year and was just trying to consolidate those skills again, and I hadn't been training some of them. And as such, my routines are a little bit, they're pretty much what I was doing last year, and even in some cases simpler, like that dismount. Come on mate, you didn't even stick a back layout. So yeah, I'm sort of on my way to some of these new skills, the exciting skills, but then none of them are ready for me to debut yet. So yeah, I guess from the outside it might look like I've haven't really made any progress, but hopefully you guys notice some of the basics in that are looking better. So for example, here on high bar I've been working on mainly like super tap and double layout, and also what's the other skill? Oh, like endo. So, but yeah, neither of them are at all ready for me to, I haven't done either of them successfully, so they're not ready to put in the routine. But I thought that was a pretty good routine all in all. I'm happy that I'm doing last year's routine, but probably a bit cleaner than I was last year. So yeah, now onto floor. I really, again, I'd been working on like double front, double back rotations. So when I realized I was gonna be competing, I sort of thought, all right, I hadn't really done many front fulls on the floor, or in this case, that was meant to be a back 1.5 twist. So like I was working on back double twists and it wasn't ready for competition, so I had to sort of make it simpler. And I think I only trained back 1.5 for like 2 sessions or 3 sessions before this competition. So it definitely wasn't in that, consistent point where it needs to be for a competition. Anyway, that's kind of how these first, at least for me, not ideal, but for my first comps of the year, I kind of am experimenting with some skills and seeing if I can do them consistently. But in this case, it's a bit sloppy. But all in all, it's really fun to just do routines, and it's very motivating to put them into competition. Is he going to stick it? Good, he at least stuck the dismount. Very important. Yeah, so lots to improve on the floor. That execution is so low. Alright, on pommel as well, I've just been working on trying to clean up my basics. I just want to do a clean routine. That's my simple goal on this. It has been for a long time, and sadly I just still don't quite have the flow quite right, like the extension and things like that. So yeah, it's kind of the humbling part about gymnastics. I work really hard and I've been training for a long time and I still can't do it quite right. So open to suggestions, guys, and I think a lot of it's probably my mobility, just getting more shoulder extension. And that day will come, guys, when I do a routine with my feet together and we'll all be celebrating. Anyway, alright, finishing on the big one, my favorite, as you all know, the rings. And on my rings training, I'm working on bigger swing elements, trying to get higher, trying to get giant as always, but also with my strength, because I was experimenting before with being lighter and more flexible and seeing how that affected my gymnastics, and also different ways of training strength. And I've kind of come back around to what I did when I first started training, which was really high intensity strength, low rep, and that really works well for me, and that's what I'm going back to now. So I'm excited for the coming weeks and competitions, and hopefully you guys notice I'm looking stronger and stronger. Because right now, look, there's not even a cross in this routine. Mate, is that even me? Anyway, but yeah, just trying to keep it clean and happy to stick that dismount. So all in all, lots to improve on this comp, but there are also some highlights, like I was happy with my high bar and my rings. It's really just good to be back and competing. It was actually surprising how motivated I was after this competition. Now I'm training even harder for the next one, which is very soon. I hope you guys haven't been too affected by the pandemic. I know it's been difficult. I hope you've been able to be creative and consistent and, training in the park or whatever you need to do. Stay positive, we'll get through it. Thank you so much for watching. I'll see you in the next video.